Was I a little too confident on the Vanessa Demopoulos side last time around? Yeah. And she unfortunately cost us another Locky Trinity, and the slumpy Trinity continues. But due to popular demand within the comment section and other viewers of this segment, I'm actually going to drop the Locky Trinity starting next week. We're going to change it to the Locky two-step, where it's going to be a two-leg parlay that I drop for you guys on a weekly basis. But I will continue with the record that I've accrued from the Locky Trinity. I believe it's -6 or -7 units at this point. If we did 1 unit, or one unit for every Locky Trinity. We've hit 3 of them, I believe. The last one we hit was UFC San Antonio. But that is not the goal of this. This is to go out there and put some cash in your pockets. So the best way to do so is drop it down to a 2-legger. But just for old time's sake, we're going to do a 3-legger for UFC Vegas 74. But next week, Locky two-step is going to be introduced. So good luck to us this weekend. Hopefully we dig ourselves out of the hole a little bit before we transition on over. But still, we're going to do our best this weekend to try to get it done. Quickly, before I drop the Locky Trinity for this week, I want to give a shout out to all the 25 subscribers to the MMA Fight Archive and save themselves 25% off the lifetime of their membership for jumping on the Pioneer tier, as well as all the other 10 subscribers. We're up to about 35 subscribers now on the MMA Fight Archive, and I appreciate every single one of you guys. I know you guys are enjoying the product, the service, and it is helping you guys get your studying done a lot more efficiently. KSW 83 goes down tomorrow, and I'll have all the links for all the fights coming up in terms of past fights for every competitor on that card, so that you can get your studying done a lot more effectively and a lot more efficiently, so that you can save some time rather than having to do all the searching for yourself. We have a ton of events coming up in June that will be, make the MMA Fight Archive thrive and shine because of ACA, Aries FC, CFFC, Fury FC, LFA, all of these events, all these regional shows that are taking place in June, I'll have all the links for all of those fighters up for you guys so that you guys can study and get prepared for those regional events. And Contender Series is just around the corner. I'll start posting links for all those fighters who have been announced thus far so that you guys can get a head start on the rest of the competition. Link in the description below. $10 a month. If you take your betting and predicting and breaking down fights seriously, that's chump change considering how much time and how easy it will be for you to do all your studying. All right. Now, let's get right into the Locky Trinity for this week, and hopefully we can end off the Locky Trinity era with a dub. First leg up, we're going to go with Maxime Grishin, who is actually in the first fight of the night, going up against Philippe Lins. Now, these guys were scheduled to fight each other back in October, where Maxime Grishin was closing as a -180 favorite before Philippe Lins was forced to pull out of that fight due to a medical issue, I believe the day before the fight was supposed to take place. Now, it's been a couple months since that fight was originally scheduled, and Philippe Lins actually got a W on his record earlier this year by knocking out Ovin St. Preux in 49 seconds. That 49-second fight had a big change on the odds here, as Philippe Lins is now a +110 underdog compared to the +150-ish that he was last time they were scheduled. I don't think that 49-second knockout should have changed the odds this much. It just showcased that heavyweights still have power, and I think that Maxime Grishin, who hasn't been knocked out in close to 6 years by Magomed Ankalaev the last time around, will showcase a solid durability here and showcase a far superior overall game. I think he works Philippe Lins here, outnumbers him in terms of strikes, gets some takedowns, some clinch control. I think he's the far superior overall fighter here, and I think his durability will hold up, allowing him to get a decision victory here and cash the first leg of our Locky Trinity. Second leg, we're going to be going with Daniel Santos, which is another fight that was actually scheduled for a couple months back. He's going up against Johnny Munoz Jr., who had a very good performance last time around against Ludovic Sholinian. However, the pace, pressure, and aggression that Daniel Santos fights with is going to be a little bit too much for Johnny Munoz. Johnny Munoz had target practice against Sholinian last time around because Sholinian was moving forward without throwing any strikes. However, Daniel Santos will be moving forward, but also throwing strikes, and I think that's going to end up being too much for Johnny Munoz here, which I think will actually end up in a finish for Daniel Santos as well. Hopefully cashing our second leg of the Locky Trinity. Last leg of the Locky Trinity is going to be, I believe, the co-main event. I could be wrong. It might be the third last fight from the top as well. It's going to be It is not the co-main event. It's either the third or fourth last fight, but it's on the main card. Tim Elliott over Victor Altamirano. This guy has a extreme experience advantage, level of competition advantage, and I believe just an overall MMA advantage here over Altamirano. Tim Elliott, I believe, will be able to drag this fight to the mat, have good success from on top, utilizing a superior grappling game, which I think is Altamirano's weakness. He does decent in terms of creating scrambles and throwing submissions off of his back, but I think he's going to be dealing with a much tougher opponent here in Tim Elliott, who has shown he can grapple with the best of them, just like he did in his last matchup where he picked up a big win over Tagir Ulanbekov. Not to mention all the other things that he has going on in his life. You got to believe Tim Elliott is more than motivated to get in there and get his hand raised this weekend. So give me Tim Elliott to lock up the Locky Trinity here. And all of that can be had for plus 284 right now on BetMGM. And that's what I'm going to be locking in as the Locky Trinity. Hopefully ends up cashing for us. Once again, it is Maxime Grishin, Daniel Santos, and Tim Elliott for plus 287. Good luck on the Locky Trinity, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the 3 best prop bets.